Okay, in this lesson we're going to look at similar figures. You have worked with similar figures in the past, and so it should be a little bit familiar. Okay, so two polygons, two shapes are similar if they have the same shape. Okay, so they can have the same shape, but I want to add into here, but not necessarily the same size. They could be the same size, but they definitely have to be the same shape. The corresponding angles are congruent, and we know congruent means equal, right? The corresponding sides are proportional. And you probably remember writing proportions to solve problems that dealt with similar shapes. The word corresponding just means the same place or the same position, and so we're going to talk about that. So because that is a really, really important piece. So here it says triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. And so what I want to show you, and you see these little markings in here, angle A is congruent or equal to angle D. That's what that little mark means, congruent or equal to, and because it has one mark, we know they go together. Angle B is congruent or equal to angle E. Do you see how they both have two markings in it? And then angle C is congruent or equal to angle F. That's really, really important. Okay? And then the other thing I want to show you, I'm going to trace them with my colors here. So line AB corresponds to DE. And one way we can tell is by the markings. Okay, because they match up. And then like BC goes with EF. And then let's see, see if I can find a different color, make it a highlighter maybe. And then AC goes with DF. So those are the different colors, those are showing you your corresponding sides. And so we can write lots and lots and lots of different proportions for these two similar shapes. And so what's really important is to make sure that we have corresponding sides together and sides from the same figure. Okay? So for example, we could say that side AB, what corresponds to it? Well, it's DE, right? So I'm going to write AB over DE equals, okay, now AB, so this is the smaller triangle and this is the larger triangle, right? So when we write our second ratio, our second fraction, it needs to be smaller over the larger. So we could pick either of these two sides, maybe side AC. Well, what corresponds to AC in the larger triangle? DF, right? I'm going to pause a minute and let you think about that. What I want you also to see is that we could take this same proportion and we could flip it. We could put DE over AB, which means we would put DF over AC. Okay, it's still going to get us the same result. It's still another proportion that would work. Okay, let's think of another example. Let's use some different sides. Maybe I want to use side, let's say, let's do it this way. BC over AC. Ooh, I'm switching it up on you. All of these are from the smaller triangle. Okay? Which means over here, they need to both be from the larger triangle, but I need to match them up with its corresponding sides. So what corresponds to BC? EF. So I have to put EF on top. What corresponds to AC? DF. So I have to put DF on bottom. This pen's drying up. And then again, you could take the same proportion and you could flip it around. AC over BC equals EF over DF. So lots and lots of different ways. One thing I want to tell you is that when we're looking at these proportions, we don't want these ones that are diagonal to be corresponding sides. Like DE and AC, pink and green, they're not corresponding. So that's good. That's good. We don't want those to be corresponding sides. We don't want these to be corresponding sides. If we have corresponding sides diagonal from each other, then we know we've done something wrong. Maybe we should write that down. Do not put corresponding sides diagonal. Okay, you know what, and that's what I was trying to show you right there. Do not put them diagonal. That's super important. Okay, so here is another example. Rectangle KLMN is similar to rectangle PQRS. Determine the missing side. Okay, so here is our missing side, X. And we can write this proportion lots of different ways. We can start by saying X over 3. What goes with PQ? Well, that would be KL, right? So that means on the second ratio, I would need to write 5 over 4. So that's one possible way. We could also do this. We could do X over, okay, what goes with X? What corresponds? 5 equals, okay, now this was the smaller rectangle. This is larger. 3 over 4. So either way is going to work. Okay, several other ways we could do it too. Remember, to solve a proportion, this should be familiar. We just cross multiply. So 4 times X is 4X. 5 times 3 is 15. I'm going to stop there. I do want to remind you, anytime you need to pause the video, please do that. And then our last step to solve would be to divide by 4. And we should get X equals 3.75. Okay, I'm going to stop the video. I want you to do number 1 and number 2 on your own. And then when you're ready, you'll be able to view the second video.